Hello everyone. I am here to talk about a very first and foremost question that you might face in any interview. Yes, that is, tell me about yourself. This is one most mandatorily asked first question in an interview. So introducing yourself is most important part of an interview as this answer is going to create an impression on your personality. So to carry the interview in a positive way, you need to answer this question confidently, and most importantly, you should be well prepared on how to answer this question. Well, this question seems very simple, but without preparation, answering these questions might go wrong. So you have to always point down what you wanted to cover in this answer so as to make the interviewer have a good impression. So before seeing how to answer and what to include in your answer, let's put some light on what the interviewer is looking for. What are the points they notice while you answer this question? Since this is the first question the interviewer asks you, the interviewer gets some time to judge you or to get an impression on you. So, some of the points that the interviewer will look at when you answer these questions are how confident you are, how professional you are while answering. It might be like they observe your gesture or your body language, and how convincing you are, and how well you have articulated all the points. So these are some of the points that the interviewer look at when you answer this question. Now to answer this question, we need to follow certain order to put the points. To begin with, most of the times we begin with saying our name. But there is one more thing that we need to include before telling our name. That is, we need to greet the interviewer. So it's always a good gesture to greet the interviewer before telling your name. So you can just say hi or hello, or you can say good morning or good afternoon based on the timing that you are in the interview. So you always greet the interviewer and start telling your name. Now when you tell your name, please keep in mind that you do not use myself, because myself is not a formal way of introducing yourself. So always begin with I am your name or my name is. So these two are the formal ways to tell your name. Now after telling your name, the next thing what we would do generally is to start telling about ourselves. But there is one more thing that we need to keep in our mind. Before start telling ourselves, we can include a thanks to them. That means after telling your name, just put a thanks to the interviewer saying thanks for this opportunity. This creates some positive vibe. So after telling your name and thanking the interviewer for the opportunity, you can go on and start telling about yourself. Now, how to begin to tell about ourselves? Because there are a lot of things about ourselves. So we may get confused at the moment what to tell and how to start. So it's a good choice to begin with the place. So you can begin with the place you are from or currently you are living in, or if you are in a different place, you can mention both. You can say I am living in Bangalore currently. I was born and brought up in Delhi, for an example. Now after telling your place, you can start telling about your qualification. So this is important because as a fresher, you need to start telling your qualification. Since there is no other prior experience, you need to always start with your qualification. When you start telling about your qualification, it's better to begin with the highest or the recent qualification. Then if you wish to move forward, you can also include your schooling and college and other details as well. If you are a fresher, it's better to include your schooling and college details as well, so that it gives some clear information to the interviewer. But if you are an experienced person, you can always skip that, just tell about your highest qualification and start talking about your previous job experience. So you can always include from where you have graduated. If you are a graduate, you can tell I have graduated from ABC college from this city in the year. So it's good to mention the year and the specialization as well. Now, a very important point to freshers is you can talk about your activities in college. Since you need to put some light on what you have done, you can talk about your project or the activities that you have done in the college. So if you are very confident about what you have done, it's always good that you can put some 2 to 3 points on that, so that the interviewer will get clarity, and also it will provide them to ask the next questions based on that. So if you're confident enough on the project you have done, you can always put it here. It's like you are giving the invitation to the interviewer to ask that question. But if you're not confident enough, you can just talk about it very little. It's optional. If you have done anything good, or if you want to highlight something that you have done, you can always put that here. Now, after telling about all your academics and college and everything, you have to conclude this answer by talking about some of the off curriculum. That means you can talk about your hobbies, your interests, what you have done other than your curriculum. And while answering about your hobbies or interests, it's always good that you don't make it too generic or too obvious. Like we have seen people telling, my hobby is to read books. So it seems very generic, and it does not create an impression when you say this. So to make it more lively, you have to tell some of the books that you have read, or you can tell what you are interested in, what genres of books you are interested in, or which author you like the most. So this will add to that, and it will create an impression on the interviewer. So these are the points that we need to keep in mind while answering this question. Though it seems very simple, but it is very important in any interview. And let's see next videos what other questions we may get in interview and how to answer them. Thank you.